What's up, everybody? This is the last day of the Disney park themed videos, and I'm a little sad to see them go. But there's probably no better way to put this topic adieu than by talking about the most Halloween thing at the Disney parks. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So what is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? Starting sometime in September, the Magic Kingdom throws this big Halloween themed party every few nights, starting at 7 o'clock, going until midnight. Though I've heard that you can get into the park as early as 4 o'clock. Not 100% certain about that though. You have to buy a separate ticket to get into the event, and I would highly recommend buying them as far in advance as possible because they will only get more expensive. You do not need regular admission into the park to get into this party, you just need the party ticket. Just like the name implies, this is not your usual Halloween theme park ordeal, which are usually geared towards adults who like to be scared. This event is done with children in mind, taking all of the fun and spooky aspects of Halloween without making it frightening. There are different locations around the park where cast members are handing out candy to everybody, just like regular trick-or-treating. And no, there is no age limit on who they will hand out candy to. This party is the only time that teenagers and adults who do not work at the parks as a face character are allowed to go into the parks in costume. Pro tip! When picking a costume, just be mindful of the fact that it's Florida, and it will rain at the drop of a Mickey hat. I'm not kidding, it will. And the decorations I talked about last week, they get even more intense for the party. They put up tons of cobwebs and ominous fog throughout the park, and the Mickey pumpkins start glowing, and they sync up with whatever music is being played, and the jack-o'-lanterns flicker as well. The castle is beautifully lit. Just the whole atmosphere changes when the lights go out. It's difficult to describe, but Disney definitely captures the atmosphere that you would expect of a spooky Halloween party. The Haunted Mansion looks especially fantastic with dramatic green and purple lighting and fog rolling off of the grounds. Since it's dark outside, you can actually see movement inside of the house, especially at the windows, and it just makes it all the more creepy. And then there's the cast members themselves who work at the Haunted Mansion, who don cobwebs and gaunt makeup. There are a lot of fun characters who make appearances here that don't usually show up in the parks, like Jack Skellington and Sally and the Seven Dwarfs, and of course other villains like Lotso and the evil queen from Snow White. Yesterday the princess posted a vlog about the Halloween treats to get at the party, which you can see here. The only thing that she didn't really capture is this. I saw it on the Disney World Twitter and I was so pumped to get it, and I did not expect it to be this big. It's enormous, like, it's not a good way to show how big it is. A good portion of Olaf's head fits in it. Disney, if you're watching this video, this was a fantastic idea. There is, of course, other cool exclusive merchandise to get at the party, the basics being a pin, a t-shirt, but this year they also had a magic band. There was also a shirt for the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular, which you can see the princess wear in her Fantasmic video. Speaking of the show, this year we had 3 main attractions at the party. The Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular, the Happy Hallowishes fireworks show, and the Boo to You Halloween parade. Hallowishes and Boo to You are staples of this event, but the show changes every year. This year, it involves the Sanderson sisters from the movie Hocus Pocus, who are making a spell to throw the spookiest Halloween party ever, and several notable Disney villains stop and help them along the way. It was pretty awesome, and I've never seen Hocus Pocus. When the princess and I went at the beginning of this month, the first time we tried to watch the show, there was about 10 minutes left before it started raining, and everybody just bolted. It was kind of impressive, actually. There was one final showing right after the parade that night, so we did get to see it all the way through. We missed most of Hallowishes. I know that the basic premise of Hallowishes is that all the villains get together and they sing small snippets of their songs. Knowing Disney, I have no doubt that the fireworks are spectacular. Finally, the Boo to You parade. Back when I was 10 years old, my parents took me and my brother to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and I remember having a really great time. But what I remember the most about the actual party is this parade, because of how it starts. It's the Headless Horseman. Like a guy holding a pumpkin in his hand rides a galloping horse from Frontierland to Main Street, and then the parade follows him. It's freaking epic! And I remember seeing it as a kid and I was just like, whoa, that was amazing! It looks so convincing. It's so cool looking! Okay. Unfortunately, because of the rain, the attractions were all delayed, which meant that while we got to stay in the park a little longer, it meant that some things didn't happen. like the Headless Horseman. I completely understand it was probably too slippery and too dangerous for him to do his thing, but I was a little disappointed. I'm very happy to hear that otherwise he is a regular part of the parade. And the parade itself is really cool too. The song is very catchy and fun. Several rides and areas of the park have their own sections in the parade, like Pirates of the Caribbean and Frontierland, and even the Main Street Confectionery. The Haunted Mansion outdid themselves though. They have a float for Madame Leota's tombstone, and they've got the ballroom dancers from the ride, and they've got these grave diggers that dance around the shovels. It sounds really stupid when I say it like that, but it was so cool. So cool. I'd watch the whole parade again just for that part. In my opinion, the parade is definitely worth staking out a spot for to make sure that you get a good view. It happens twice, the first being about an hour and a half after the party starts, and the second one being about half an hour before the park closes. The second one is generally less crowded because a lot of families with tired kids have gone home. Just the amount of work that goes into this party, from the decorations, to the cast members handing out candy, to the people in the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular who have to do 4 shows within a span of 5 hours. The pyrotechnics and all the characters that are out, and the cast members who are working in the Emporium or the other shops or the quick service places or the restaurants so that you can get those souvenirs and your kids can be well fed. So if you like Halloween and you like Disney and you don't like things jumping out to scare you, you're probably gonna love Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Do some basic planning before you go. Figure out what rides you really want to go on because you don't want to waste your party time going on rides that you don't care about. Figure out what characters you want to meet and which ones are the most important to you. If you want a good seat for Spectacular, be willing to carve out at least half an hour to go and find a good spot. And I would recommend eating before you go into the park. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like this video if you've either been to any of Disney's Halloween parties or if you think that you would enjoy it a lot. Let me know in the comments what you love about said parties, and be sure to subscribe to follow the rest of this chilling challenge. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm super jealous because Disneyland got some sort of Dr. Facilier beignet party, and why can't Disney World have Mickey-shaped beignets? Like, why? Like, just because we're geographically closer to New Orleans does not mean that it's a quick and easy drive. I can't just go on my lunch break to get beignets from Cafe Du Monde, and like, I want Mickey Mouse-shaped beignets.